Hi, my name is Yusuke. In this video, I'm going to go through how to create and log into Nectar instance. Here's a brief overview of what I'm going to go through. First of all, we need to go to Nectar Cloud web app. And on Nectar web app, so you can create key pair of public key and private key. And next, we'll create an instances with zone, source, flavor, key pair, and security group specified. I'll explain what each of them mean as I go through it. Then finally, you can SSH into the instance. SSH here refers to secure shell, and secure shell means cryptographic network protocol, which allows you to connect to a remote server in a safe way. And yep, and let's move on to the Nectar Cloud web app. So I'm on my browser and just Google Nectar Cloud. Should lead me to the web page of Nectar Cloud. And you need to click the cloud login on the top right corner. And we choose Australian login via AAF. And it asks for the organization that you're a part of. So we just choose Monash University. Yep, so I think I successfully got into the web app. And we're on the overview page on Nectar Cloud, and it tells me about how much computational resources I have. And as you can see, I have 0 instances available and 0 CPU and 0 RAM, which is pretty sad. And that's because I'm on the trial project where I only have about 2 cores for 3 months. It's already expired in my case, so I have 0 instance. And to show you guys how to make instances, I'm just going to go to the drone project. Yep, DeepNeuron drone project that I'm part of. Yep, it looks like it has more computational resources. It has up to 10 instances that you can create and 20 CPUs to use and 80 gigabyte of RAM, which is more than enough for this project. And now we're gonna go about creating key pairs. And as you can see on the left, there's a key pairs. And in here, I already have 3 pairs of keys, but I'm going to create a new one for this training. Yep, 2021. And make sure you choose SSH key because you want to use this key for SSH. And yep, and here the private key is downloaded on my machine. And before we create an instance, let's set up the security group. And you need to set up the security group because Nectar Cloud has firewall on in instances, and these firewalls can sometimes block your SSH. And I'm gonna create a security group and name Yusuke allow connection. And we choose add rule and choose SSH. Then you need to put your IP address. Where's my IP address? And it's this, so I just need to copy it and paste it onto the role. Yep, this should do. Yep, port 22 and IP, my IP address here. Yep, perfect. And now let's go create some instances. Yeah, so to create new instances, I just type, I just click launch instances. And the name, training one, and the zone. And the zone is basically about geographical location of your server. So I'm just gonna put Monash 01. And source is a template of your instance. It's basically have a list of the different distribution of Linux OS, Fedora, CentOS, Debian, and Ubuntu. And I'm just gonna pick Ubuntu now because that's the one I normally use. And there are two types of 18.04, like one with Docker and one without Docker. I'm just gonna pick the one without Docker because I don't think I'll use Docker in this training session. And that's the source. And we're moving on to flavor. And flavor defines the size of the computational resources. You can define the number of CPUs or RAM and the storage. And you can have up to like 32 core machines, which is quite big. I'm just gonna pick a small one today with 2 CPUs and 2 GB of RAM and 10 GB of disk. And network is you only have click a provider, then security group, and that's where I add my Yusuke SSH and allow connection from my laptop. And key pairs, I'll pick the one I just created, training 2021. And in terms of configuration of server group or metadata, there's not much to go through, but so you can always check the description to see what it really is. And now I can launch the instance. Yep. Instance is just getting spawned. It might take some time for you to access. And while we do this, I'm just gonna go into my command line to and I press SSH and yeah, it seems like instance is ready to go. The status is active. And I do SSH-I, then I specify the key name. So that was training 2021.pem. Don't forget to put this -I because that's you need it to specify the key. Then you do Ubuntu because so this is the source I chose. I chose Ubuntu OS, so I put this as a username, the Ubuntu @ and after this I put my IP of the instance I just created, so my computer knows where to reach for SSH. And so Ubuntu, then it's not copied. Paste. It asks, are you sure you want to continue connecting? Then I press yes. Then I should have the access to Ubuntu. And yeah, that's how you can connect, create your create your instances and connect to the instance on Nectar Cloud. I'll see you in the next video.